UFC. Oh my goodness. I got back from camping on Sunday and I've just been camping, it's kind of holidays. So I haven't been able to do much. This is the first day in like a week or so. And I was pretty pumped for last week's UFC event. And, one of my things was I just wanted to kick back, relax, unload some of my camping stuff and watch UFC. And, some of that pre-fights I wasn't that focused on. But then I saw Khalil Roundtree in a Muay Thai stance. And I thought, that's rare in the UFC. But oh my goodness. He was just kicking the crap out of him from a Muay Thai stance. And the other poor guy just felt sorry for him. Khalil Roundtree was just like a rock throwing lightning bolts everywhere and just, the corner could have easily thrown in the towel. It was that dominant. But anyway, Kevin Gastelum, Israel Adesanya. I was pretty excited for this fight. Israel Alexander has a kickboxing background and he's quite good. Kevin Gastelum was meant to fight Robert Whittaker in Australia, but Robert Whittaker has problems getting to fight sometimes, so hopefully the next one won't be a problem. Anyway, and so whoever wins is going to fight Robert Whittaker. It's the interim title. I don't really care about the interim titles in that. I don't think they're a bad thing. I actually think in this situation they're actually a really good thing because Robert Whittaker hasn't been able to fight much for a long time, so it's fair and I got no problem with it. Anyway, so Kevin Gastelum comes out. I'm thinking he's going to have trouble. Israel's going to basically, box him, stay back. Kevin Gastelum's going to try and take him down. But Kevin Gastelum just come in with a plan and was just blasting him in the first round. I thought, well, that's it. Israel Adesanya hasn't had enough experience in the UFC, and that was going to be it. But it wasn't. The fight just got better and better and better, and I was like holding on. It was like I was on a roller coaster ride. The roller coaster analogy, and it was one of the best fights I'd seen in a long, long time. UFC seems to be on a roll now that they've got ESPN, and I don't know. It seemed to put UFC up to another level of people being able to view it. The events I've been putting on have been pretty good. But yeah, it was like Kevin Gastelum was coming back. Israel Adesanya was doing a good job. And, I pretty much had it scored even coming into the fifth round. And I think it was pretty clearly being even. And I thought, fifth round, whoever takes it's going to win it. And Israel Adesanya had a little bit of momentum. He had a little bit of a plan. He was able to hit, and he just was able to basically kind of like surfing a wave. He somehow saw that wave, the set's rolling in, and he said, I'm riding that wave all the way to the beach. And he did, man. There was other surfers in the water, but he just basically rode over the top of them, and he steamrolled Kevin Gastelum in that last round. And it was an impressive performance by both men. And I thought it's going to be hard to top. Now, Dustin Poirier. I remember one day, years ago, watching a UFC event, undercard. And I remember I thought, I'll just watch this fight because sometimes I skip over them. And I watched Dustin Poirier and instantly I became a fan of his. And I kind of followed his fights a little bit, and he just seemed to not be able to catch that wave to get him to that championship. it just kept rolling off the back. He'd see it and he'd jump on it and he'd be almost on it, and it wouldn't be at the right spot, and the wave would roll off. He needed to be a little bit further away, and he really deserved a shot. And I think him and Michael Bisping had the most fights in the UFC before they got a belt. I'm not sure whether he had a chance to fight for the belt or not, but anyway, I was really happy for Michael Bisping to win the belt, and I was happy for him to fight George St. Pierre, even though he lost. I was happy for him because he earned some money. Anyway, Dustin Poirier, he come out there and I'm thinking there's no way he's going to beat Max Holloway. I felt there's just no way, because Max Holloway is just, he's good, he's fast, he's technical, and he just pushes the pace. And I thought there's just no way he's going to be able to beat him, unless of course he knocks him out. And then Dustin Poirier just come out, and you could just see the size difference between them, and he just hit them hard. And I think if Dustin Poirier didn't come out and push it and try and hurt him, I think Max Holloway would have won the fight. Max would have just come and just peppered him and won on points. But Dustin Poirier just come out and just hit him hard, and it kind of looked like it may have been slipping away from him during the fight, but and when it went to the judges' scorecard, I honestly had no idea what was going to happen. I figured anything could happen. It wasn't. It was hard for me to tell. Like the Kevin Gastelum Israel Adesanya, you could tell that it was pretty clear into the 5th round. It was pretty much anybody's fight. But in Dustin Poirier, it was hard for me to tell. Like Dana White said after the Kevin Gastelum Israel, I was kind of like, not drained, but I kind of didn't really think that much. And Dustin Poirier got the nod and got the win, and I was so happy for him, because it sets him up as a champion. It's a big milestone for him. Max Holloway's already been a champion. I think he's still a champion at the lower weight. Dustin Poirier now sets himself up for a fight against Khabib. Dustin Poirier versus Khabib. Dustin Poirier, I don't know if he has the wrestling to beat Khabib, but on the feet, I reckon he could beat Khabib. I don't know, but I think that he beats Khabib, unless Khabib takes him down and just mauls him like Khabib does. So, I know if he can keep on his feet, or Khabib is beatable. If you look at like Eddie Bravo's style of jiu-jitsu wrestling, there's probably ways that you can beat him, but man, would it be hard. And the only person I would have thought that could beat him on the ground would have been Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson does the no-gi 10th planet style jiu-jitsu. I may be completely incorrect. But yeah, it's possible that you could do it, but Khabib is very, very good at wrestling. So, but I think Dustin Poirier could beat Khabib, because he's going to come in there the complete underdog. No one's going to expect him to beat Khabib, and Khabib's going to think that Khabib's going to beat him, and no one can beat Khabib, and Khabib's going to try and trade with him, and Poirier's going to smash him on the feet. I reckon he'll knock him down and just pound him out, to be honest. I think Poirier is going to beat Khabib. And man, can you imagine what that's going to do to Dustin Poirier? It's like, it would be good for him. Khabib's going to come back. Khabib's like become a bit of a superstar. And Khabib will come back, and he'll probably wrestle. He'll probably fight Poirier again, and he'll just wrestle him this time and just won't let him down and just absolutely maul him. And Khabib will probably beat him the second time. I don't know. It's interesting, but it's going to be so far away. It's like the end of the year before we see Khabib and Poirier. It's going to be the end of the year before we see Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya. Sorry. In Australia. When I heard Dana White say it's got to be in Australia, my first thought, I got to be there. I'm going to try and get some tickets, and I want to go. I want to go to a live UFC event. I kind of missed a couple, but wherever it is, I'm going to go, and I'll take you with me, and you can see the craziness that can be Australia sometimes, and it's going to be a pretty pumped place, and of course I'm going to go for Robert Whittaker, but yeah, I like both of them. Whoever wins. It's going to be fun, but I'm going to go to that event, and I'm going to watch it live. And I'll probably miss half of the show because I'll probably be doing other stuff, but I'm going to go and I'm going to have fun.